Hey Queens, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bailey. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today is another update of my project pans. I include them all in one video. So let's just dive on into it. I've got my handy dandy little notebook here. We're going to start with my rolling 10 project pan. And so the first thing this has been in since like the beginning. This is the Lime Crime Software Blush and Wi-Fi. I used it a total of 10 times this month, including today. Today's the last day of September. It's the 30th, so yeah. This is what it looks like. I think it looks the same. I am going to go ahead and take all the product from the sides, bring it to the middle. So I'm going to do that right now, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like once I've done that. All right, so I scraped everything from the sides and repressed it. It's not great by any means. This is kind of what we're looking at. So hopefully this way it will go by a lot faster because it's not, it's a cream blush that I kind of just destroyed, you know? So if it's anything like the first blush of these, I panned another one of these. If it's anything like that, this will go by super quickly, hopefully before the end of the year, because I have been working on this all year long. Yeah. So there is that. Next is my Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Trio. This is the original one, the first one that came out. And I am working on the shade Scorcher, and this is what it's looking like. And I used it a total of 9 times. Doesn't really look that different. I decided that I'm going to start focusing in like specific areas rather than just going all through the pan. So I'm focusing on this bottom area first since it does have the most product. So hopefully we'll see more visual progress then, but who knows? All right, so next would be my ColourPop So Juicy gloss, and she's here, but after looking through my everyday bag, I have left it at work. I did use it a total of 8 times, and I will be honest with you, it does not look like there's much progress, and that's really disappointing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So next is a somewhat exciting update. I did finish this. This is the Coty Airspun loose powder. I had to take the sifter out, and there is still like product in there, but at the end of these powders, it's like a bunch of like balls. Not intentionally, I don't think, but like, I don't know, it just balls up when you get to the end of it, and I don't like that. So I really don't go for the last bits of this powder. I do have another one of these, unfortunately, but yeah, I finished this. For this month, I used it a total of 16 times, a total of 37 times in this project. I will say I did already have like a ton of progress on it because it's the only powder I've used all year. So, I mean, I already had a ton of progress on it. So, yay, finished that. Then we have my Touch in Sol No Pore Blend Primer. This is where we are sitting after another 5, 10, 15, 20, 22 uses. If you hear stuff in the background, it is my husband. Sorry. It just is what it is. Next, we've got my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Olympic. This is from the Raw Beauty Kristi. Oh, I had some makeup on there. So I'm pretty sure I used this 3 times, although I only marked 2. Not much progress. It just is what it is. I'm just happy to be getting use out of it. Okay, I am working on a lot of other eyeshadows, so I'm not too upset by that. I'm just happy that I am like reaching for it. All right, then we have my Morphe Baby in Paradise palette, which was in collaboration with Bretman Rock. And I am only focusing on one shade at a time. So right now I'm focusing on Baby Girl. I used it a total of 8 times, and I was really hoping to hit pan, but I've got a really good dip in there. And so I'm hoping that this next month I will have hit pan, but we will see. But really excited about that. Next is another product that I have a lot of progress in, and I'm really excited about it. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Collection in collaboration with Wei Li. I don't know her last name, so I'm not going to try to say it. Oh, some of it just fell out into my lap. Okay, cool. So I am working on the bronzer and this highlighter together, and I used them a total of 12 times this month, and I've expanded this pan a good bit, and I've expanded this pan a lot of it, which I am really excited about. I'm kind of hopeful I can finish this by December. I'm kind of wanting to not use this past the last day of November, because fall and summer are just seasons where I really like to be bronzed and have warmer base makeup. So once December hits, I'm not gonna want that anymore, but hopefully by December this will be finished. And then I am also using this highlight as well. I used it a total of 12 times. Okay, and I have made a lot of progress in it. There is a good bit of pan in there now, and you can see it's like crumbling up in here. So that little bit I think will be gone by next month, but I'm hoping to make even more progress. I am using that until December as well. And then, I don't know, for December, I'm gonna like reevaluate what I'm doing and possibly look more into what I want to do for the next year. So we'll just kind of see. I mean, maybe I'll just end the project in November and then take a month off for December and kind of figure out what I want to pan in the next year. Maybe that's what I'll do. So we'll see. Next, well, this is the last in my Rolling 10 project pan. I have my mini matte lipstick in the shade Frisky, and I used it a total of 8 times, and this is what it's looking like. It looks the same to me, even though I have used it 8 times and reapplied it each time. So, yeah, that's fun. I'm kind of scared I won't finish that by the end of this project, but we will see. Okay, now we're gonna get into my Pan That palette. I am panning the Too Faced Life is a Festival palette. For those of you who are new here, I am not using this shade, or this shade because I don't like them. It just, I don't want to hate pan them, I'm just over it. So for Fun in the Sun, I used a total of 4 times, and I mean, there's not too much difference, but you know, we're getting there. And then with Mystic Rain and Artist Pass, they're essentially kind of the same. They're both like a duochrome that is more blue leaning. And so since I have more progress in Mystic Rain, I have focused in it the most. And Artist Pass, I didn't use at all. So Mystic Rain, I used a total of 5 times, and I do have this nice little sliver. I think if I keep focusing on it, I will have it finished. I don't suspect I will have Artist Pass finished by the end of the year, which is fine. If I need to depot it and put it in my magnetic palette, that's totally fine by me, but I will be getting rid of the palette itself by the end of the year. So that is that. All right, and then the last part of this video, I do have to introduce one product, but let's go ahead and get into the progress of my singles. So they all live in here if you're new. And it looks like this on the inside. There's a lot going on, so I'm gonna set it down. I only have been focusing on 4 shadows at a time. I think that's gonna change next year because I plan on getting another anti-magnetic palette by Gimme Glow, but they have a lot of smaller ones coming out and they're like Halloween themed, and I really want to grab one. But anyways, let's get started off here. I have this black eyeshadow that I've just been working on, and I used it a total of 2 times. I definitely thought I used it more than that, but I did use it 2 times, and I feel like it does look like I've made progress over on this side. I used it for a thick wing liner both times. So yeah, that's how that's going. My fingers are filthy now. This palette is disgusting. I really need to clean it up. But it's really hard when you have so many shades in here. Next is this Champagne Shimmer, and I used it a total of 3 times. Not a ton of progress, but you know, we're chugging along. And then I've got this like medium brown shade that I use as a transition a lot. And I've made a lot of progress on this. I'm almost to that corner over there, and I used it a total of 14 times, which is a good amount. That's more than last month, so that's good. But yeah, really almost got into that corner, so that's cool. And then the last shade I have in here is this like very light pink shade. And I know it looks no different than last month, but I have used it a total of 15 times. Part of the problem is I use a fluffy brush, so I'm using this brush, and I go through my forehead, under my eyes, right here by my nose. Sometimes I will blend out the bottom here of my nose to kind of make my nose look more snatched, and then I will also go along here to blend out my bronzer, because the Physicians Formula bronzer is just a tad bit too dark, I will not lie. But yeah, this is what it's looking like, and you know, it's slow going, but it's getting shallow in some parts, and just is what it is. I'll just keep working on it. I don't think I'll finish, no, I know I won't finish any of those by the end of the year, but I will continue to work on them. And they'll probably just move on to the next year as well, so we'll see how that goes. And now, going all the way back to my Rolling Tin project pan, since I did finish the Coty Airspun powder, I do have other powders, but I really don't know how they work, so I'm not ready to choose a powder. But I wanted to roll in my e.l.f. Lash Beats Defining and Lengthening Mascara. This is the oldest mascara in my collection, and I do not follow the 3-month rule like I probably should, but I don't care. I do like this mascara, but it is getting significantly older, so I would like to get use out of it and hopefully finish it by the end of the year. We will see how that goes, so stay tuned. And that is it for this update, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit subscribe. Everyone hit that notification bell. Everyone hit that like button, because it would help your girl out. You guys have a good one now. Bye-bye.